Following the historic first summit between the leaders of North Korea and the U.S., President Donald Trump was quick to tout a deal with Kim Jong-un. But many analysts agreed that the Singapore summit last June yielded little to no progress on denuclearization, and that's why it's important that the upcoming meeting in Hanoi produces concrete results. Then what are the possible scenarios for what could happen at the next Kim-Trump summit? Media speculation has it that it could either be a big deal or a small deal. Let's first take a look at what a big deal would consist of. If things were to go well, a big deal would likely start with a declaration of formally ending the Korean War. This first step would help the two sides build trust, a wonderful starting point. And then, the very last step would entail economic sanctions relief, something the North wants the most. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo last week told CBS News that it is Washington's full intention of getting a good outcome in exchange for relieving sanctions against the North. This could mean if the regime makes a commitment that goes beyond dismantling its Yongbin nuclear facility, partial sanctions relief could be negotiable. It seems the Trump administration has started to realize that North Korean denuclearization has to be more of a long-term, step-by-step process, where Washington provides incentives for proportionate measures by Pyongyang. A clear shift from what the U.S. has been demanding until now, denuclearization first and then rewards. So a big deal in that context would outline the overall denuclearization roadmap. Then what about a small deal? While expressing optimism for his upcoming summit with Chairman Kim, President Trump told reporters at the White House last week that he's in no rush for speed, and what the U.S. wants from the North is just no more testing. Simple as that, all of a sudden. Some watchers think this is Trump's way of lowering expectations because Pyongyang and Washington are reportedly having a hard time nailing down those specifics of a Hanoi joint statement. This is where the possibility of a small deal emerges. Many are questioning whether Trump is really serious about pushing ahead with the original U.S. goal of final, fully verified denuclearization. Vipin Narang, a North Korea expert and a political science professor at MIT, even tweeted that it's clear that President Trump doesn't care North Korea isn't disarming. Already facing fierce backlash from Democrats over his controversial plan of building a border wall, it could be that Trump is trying to prevent people from getting their hopes too high and thus minimize criticism in the aftermath of a not-too-successful summit. Avoiding a question asked by a reporter on what kind of specific progress have been made on denuclearization after the Singapore summit, it's quite telling to see how Trump instead pointed a finger at former President Barack Obama, claiming he was the one close to starting a big war with North Korea.